Today, I'm going to share 4 tips for choosing curriculum for your homeschool program. Welcome to Sarah Still Teaches, a place where we get real about the education of our children. If you're looking for regular education content, be sure to hit subscribe. If you're new here, we started homeschooling in January, the middle of the school year. And while I am a former teacher, I did not want to create everything we were going to use in our program. I know the importance of a good curriculum, and typically districts hand the curriculum to the teachers, and that's what we were expected to use. So I found myself in a position where I was starting to research curriculums, and I found it's really overwhelming. There are so many to choose from, and it's hard to know what's going to work best for your family. So today I'm going to share my 4 tips that I use to help narrow down our options. My first tip is to decide if you want a faith-based or secular curriculum for your family. People homeschool for many different reasons, and knowing if you want your curriculum to be faith-based or more secular will help you narrow down your options. We chose a mixture of the two, with most of our curriculum being secular, with the exception of the good and the beautiful. My second tip is to evaluate the quality of the curriculum you're interested in. Curriculums can vary in how rigorous they are, and so I encourage you to preview the curriculum before making that decision for your family. Maybe you go to a local homeschool store and flip through the curriculum there, or borrow it from another family in your area, or download a preview from their website. If none of those are an option, I would encourage you to read the reviews and do your due diligence before purchasing the curriculum. My third tip is to consider the cost of the curriculum you're interested in. Curriculum can be expensive. I had some major sticker shock when I started researching different options for our family to use the rest of the school year. We started homeschooling in January, so I knew we wouldn't get the full benefit of an entire year worth of curriculum. So as I was doing my research, I came across some free options and thought this would be the best way for us to look at different curriculums and decide if they're going to work for our family for the following school year. The Good and the Beautiful provides free downloads of some of their curriculum from their website. All you do is enter your email and it downloads the PDF onto your computer. You can then print out their pages, or you can put it on an iPad and simply write on the iPad to do the student workbook. I will say it does not include any answer keys or the manipulatives, but you can purchase those from their website if that's something you're interested in. I felt like this was a good option for us to get started and also decide if this is a curriculum we want to use long term in our program. The second free curriculum that we found was Core Knowledge. Leland was already using Core Knowledge at the school he was attending previously, and he enjoyed the way that the science and social studies information was presented in the student books. So after I did some research, I found Core Knowledge is free. You can download their student books, the teacher guides, and all of the resources that he was using in school. So I went to their website, downloaded all of this, and I print out the student book and use the teacher guide to help us move through the lessons. So we just picked up where he left off with his traditional school setting in our homeschooling program. I taught 4th and 5th grade and departmentalized in ELA for a few years, so I felt comfortable creating instruction for reading and writing that was based on the 3rd grade standards. Eventually, I will share how I use the standards to guide my instruction in our homeschool program. It's on my to-do list. But if you have a reading and writing curriculum that you're using and loving, please leave it in the comments, because next year, I'm not opposed to using a curriculum instead of creating everything on my own. When it came to spelling, I knew I would need some help. It is my weakness, and I don't have a lot of experience in teaching foundational spelling skills. I'm a good speller, but I think it just kind of came naturally to me, and so it's hard for me to explain it to my children how we spell words and why we do it that way. So All About Spelling really helps me deliver a solid spelling program for Leland, and the twins love to jump in on the program too. So I highly recommend using your money to purchase a program like this if you have a weakness and you know you're going to need some support in teaching a specific subject. My 4th and final tip is to consider your child's learning style and the engagement of the curriculum. Thinking about their learning styles, you're thinking about how do they learn best? Are they a visual learner? Are they auditory? Do they need something that's more hands-on? Knowing this about your child will help you evaluate the curriculum and if it's going to be a good fit for your family or not. Also consider, is the curriculum engaging? If it's boring, they're not going to be interested. Who wants to do school every day if the curriculum is dry and not at all engaging? One thing that I love about The Good and the Beautiful is their curriculum is beautifully illustrated and they have a storyline. We're using their math curriculum and the storyline moves through different countries and different cultures and incorporates all of that into the math program. Leland loves to learn about different cultures and different places, and it provides lots of facts within each math lesson. The biggest lesson I learned as a teacher is there is no perfect curriculum. Sometimes curriculum needs to be modified, and sometimes it needs to be supplemented with outside sources. So don't be afraid to do this with your homeschool curriculum as well. If it's not working well, find a way to modify it or to supplement and add in other things that your child needs that they're not getting from the current curriculum. I hope you found today's video useful in helping you choose the homeschool curriculum that works best for your family. If you have a curriculum that you're using already and you love it, leave it in the comments. We're always looking for great options for our family, and I'm sure other families would love to hear what you're using as well.